Hello there and a pleasant welcome to the National News File here on Star Television Network on Channel 21 with me, Hassan Kouma. First, the headlines. Wednesday, 20th October will be marked as another unfriendly day for customers doing business at the Media One Center, including interns, trainees and volunteers of the building, when 3 trucks load of armed police and military personnel disrupted the peaceful existence of the broadcasters and customers to the building.
Wednesday, 20th October 2021 will be marked as another friendly day for customers doing business at Media One Center, including interns, trainees and volunteers of the building, when 3 truckload of armed police and military personnel disrupted the peaceful existence of the broadcasters and customers of the building.
Police brutality! Police brutality! It is what we call police brutality. Yes. Police brutality. We are not criminals. Media One. This is what we call police brutality.
It has become habitual for EDSA workers, accompanied by armed security personnel, to storm and disrupt the peaceful atmosphere of staff of the building under the pretext that they have been given special assignment by State House to conduct load verification of the building, even when they were informed that the matter involving an alleged consumption and distribution of electricity is in court. Therefore, it would be prejudicial to comment on the matter outside the court, as the matter is presided over by a magistrate. Further, it would be sub judice to tamper with evidence or influence witnesses that are believed to be part of the matter. In view of that, they are kindly requested to return to their offices and inform the authorities that since the matter is in court, they should maintain their distances until the conclusion of the case in court. Since the meter was removed from the building, EDSA and some armed police personnel have been taking undue advantage against staff of the building almost on a daily basis. If they did not come in the morning and threaten the workers with gun and further intimidate them with threatening languages, they would be there the next day. This has resulted into customers keeping away from the building and refusing to do business with any department of the building. Wednesday, 20th October 2021 was an unpleasant day when the least behavior from state security personnel was displayed, that which caused onlookers to feel disillusioned and very disappointed about the behavior of the country's state security personnel that are to protect Sierra Leoneans in the country. The 3 vehicles, 2 pickups and 1 commercial hired vehicle, left when they felt ashamed of their public display.
NACOVAC engages CSOs and media practitioners on a dialogue meeting to critically update and generate discussions around major issues on COVID-19 in Sierra Leone.
Maintain going on, but I will speak to those issues. In COVID, you want to make sure that you test consistently, because that's one area.
Senior management in the Ministry of Defense and Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces negotiate land deals with residents of Komrabai, Mamele and Tonkolili districts for rice production and productivity.
For interpret His Excellency the President, Brigadier Retired Dr. Julius Madabio, in vision.
And in sport, the Sierra Leone cricket male team defeats Nigeria national cricket team for the first time in history in an international T20 cricket friendly match in Nigeria. Now these stories plus more lined up into this edition of the Star National News. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in details with me, Hassan Koroma. Wednesday, 20th October 2021 will be marked as another unfriendly day for customers doing business at Media One Center, including interns, trainees and volunteers of the building, when 3 trucks load of armed police and military personnel disrupted the peaceful existence of broadcasters and customers of the building. George Sam was there. He files in this report.
Wednesday, 20th October 2021 will be marked as another friendly day for customers doing business at Media One Center, including interns, trainees and volunteers of the building, when 3 truckload of armed police and military personnel disrupted the peaceful existence of the broadcasters and customers of the building.
Police brutality! Police brutality! It is what we call police brutality. Yes. Police brutality. We are not criminals. At Media One. This is what we call police brutality.
It has become habitual for EDSA workers, accompanied by armed security personnel, to storm and disrupt the peaceful atmosphere of staff of the building under the pretext that they have been given special assignment by State House to conduct load verification of the building, even when they were informed that the matter involving an alleged consumption and distribution of electricity is in court. Therefore, it would be prejudicial to comment on the matter outside the court, as the matter is presided over by a magistrate. Further, it would be sub judice to tamper with evidence or influence witnesses that are believed to be part of the matter. In view of that, they are kindly requested to return to their offices and inform the authorities that since the matter is in court, they should maintain their distances until the conclusion of the case in court. Since the meter was removed from the building, EDSA and some armed police personnel have been taking undue advantage against staff of the building almost on a daily basis. If they did not come in the morning and threaten the workers with gun and further intimidate them with threatening languages, they would be there the next day. This has resulted into customers keeping away from the building and refusing to do business with any department of the building. Wednesday, 20th October 2021 was an unpleasant day when the least behavior from state security personnel was displayed, that which caused onlookers to feel disillusioned and very disappointed about the behavior of the country's state security personnel that are to protect Sierra Leoneans in the country. The 3 vehicles, 2 pickups and 1 commercial hired vehicle, left when they felt ashamed of their public display.
The National COVID-19 Emergency Response Center has held a dialogue meeting with civil society organizations and media practitioners to critically update and generate discussions around major issues on COVID-19 in Sierra Leone. The meeting was held at the Bank Complex, Kington in Freetown. Adma Samai takes up the story.
The dialogue is a key hallmark of NACOVAC's transparency and accountability drive to sustain the gains the country has made in bringing COVID-19 under control, while also putting in place robust measures to tackle future waves. The chairman NACOVAC, Sheku Bangura, congratulated the healthcare workers for their sacrifice and Sierra Leoneans in general for their role in obeying the health safety protocols, which eventually led to the suppression of the third wave. He emphasized the need to continue practicing COVID-19 health safety protocols and urged everyone who is 18 years old or older to take their own dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
To maintain going on, but I will speak to those issues. In COVID, you want to make sure that we test consistently, because that's one area that I think most of our partners are putting us under pressure for. If you have 0 cases, must not make you become too comfortable that there is nothing going on in society. So we'll speak to our surveillance strategy on how we are monitoring, we'll be monitoring case levels, even as we approach festive season or when we have other PowerPoint moments. There are several indicators we have been looking at here. Threshold is 5%, but this gives you a lot of comfort as well. That we are way below 0.5% or even at 0. So that's a common level that I want to share. We've been monitoring people who are taking the vaccines as part of our surveillance system. The good information we get there from all the vaccines we are actually giving out in the country is that yes, there have been breakthrough infections, but the good news is that those who got after 2 are fully vaccinated, they have recovered, and we have not registered any death associated with people who are taking vaccines. So that's positive information to encourage the population that the vaccines are actually potent to protect you from falling ill or losing your life as a result of getting COVID.
The dialogue, which brought together journalists from the print, electronic and online media, was also witnessed by CSOs, religious and traditional leaders, and NACOVAC multi-sectoral pillar leads. Admire Samai reporting for Star TV News.
As a way to enhance development and growth in enhancing the agricultural unit, the senior management of the Ministry of Defense and the Republic of Armed Forces have negotiated a land deal with residents of Kumrabai, Mamale in Tonkolidi districts for rice production and productivity. Our defense correspondent Abdurrahman Kamara reports.
The Deputy Minister of Defense, retired Colonel Murwana Masakoi, accompanied by the Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Sule Sese, as part of the Army's desire to undertake large-scale agricultural productivity to address food self-sufficiency, has on Friday, December 4th, 2020, paid a visit to stakeholders of Kumrabai Mamela in Tonkolili district, where they have identified an agricultural site for a list of 5,000 acres of land for rice production and productivity. Retired Colonel Murwana Masakoi, while addressing local natives of Yoni Bana Chiefdom in the Tonkolili district, said that government will make agriculture a lucrative and enterprising business for those involved in it, including young people across the country. He revealed that as part of the Army's desire to drive towards full self-sufficiency, they are progressively moving towards large-scale agricultural productivity and growth, and their visit could be the beginning of such progressive development.
We will try for interpret His Excellency the President, Brigadier retired Dr. Julius Maada Bio, in vision. The military, we don't see government, they spend a lot of money for buy rice for the soldiers, both take-home rice and also operational rice. So one of we aspiration, that is the Ministry of Defense aspiration, is to ensure that we capacitate the agricultural unit so that we go start for produce rice for we serve, and also maybe assist other sister security sectors. That is the essence. Now that make we care today for can acquire this land so that we go start production.
On his part, the Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Sule Sese, thanked the people of Kumrabai Mamela for their warm hospitality, noting that for a very long time, importation of rice has been a key challenge, especially for the economy of the nation, with a new paradigm shifting from the Army's initiatives towards full self-sufficiency.
Today in Kumrabai Mamela, now one of the areas we identify for farmland, for the agricultural project, for the Armed Forces Agricultural Unit. We will try to acquire like 5,000 acres of land, but for a start, maybe we'll get for start with 2,000 acres of land. We want to cultivate the next planting season. We want to answer to the clarion call of His Excellency the President, for self-sufficiency, in the Republic of Sierra Leone. Of course, we know we primary role now for provide, for protect the people of this country. But over and above, I think also we can also contribute to other, agriculture, to other development of the country. And one being the agriculture, we feel say is very, very important. The people of this country will need to be self-sufficient in terms of our staple food.
A stakeholder of Kumra by Mamila in the Tonkolele district commended the strides made by the military driving towards achieving the dream of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio in addressing the huge cost of rice importation.
This is a very, very good initiative what the military can we appreciate the government for them actually choose the community for saying that they can do the agriculture. We really appreciate and glad for that. But we get a whole small what we give them because we are one we elder brother when they out of this country when I in the champion this particular family in word. But by God in power, within these days, we give them the answer. Right. Actually, what we appreciate because all the social and corporate responsibilities we say they give it, and they can make the road inside the car inside. Then they employ the tractor drivers them because we get an IR. Then they even empower the youth them, medical facility, all the things they send they come to an IR. And the most important one. If you then come with 200 armies then 200 armies then they pay them by month. The cash they flow at the tongue.
It could be recalled that in his incoming address as the newly Chief of Defence Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Sule Sese committed his administration working towards harnessing the agricultural unit of the army. Abdul Rahman Kamal reporting.
African Peer Review Mechanism has held a media interactive session at the U Building to appraise members of the press on APRM's process generally on the implementation of the National Action Plan targeted on health governance review and COVID-19 response.
Ambassador Mohamed Yumkela, Minister of Political and Public Affairs, in his statement stated that the goal of the Africa Peer Review Mechanism is to provide good governance for the continent. For where there is lack of good governance, it is hard to have a sustainable development. That is why the APRM is engaging in such a session to build a good governance culture in Sierra Leone.
The goal of the APRM itself, as the name goes, the African Peer Review Mechanism, is at the end of the day for us to be able to provide what we call good governance for the continent. I think people have realized that most of the issues we have, challenging issues we have, as a result of the absence of good governance. Good governance here, people always underestimate what it's all about. No matter how many schools you build, no matter how many hospitals you build, no matter if you provide the lights for people. The other day we heard about people going about Freetown destroying transmitters. We have people going around Freetown destroying up to about 40 of them. It's as a result of people not understanding what those transmitters are for, basically, and for their own purpose, what they are for, and who is really providing those transmitters. So all these issues are issues related to governance.
The executive chairperson, Dr. Charles Joseph Silva, noted that globally there is challenges in governance, and to have a good governance, every aspect of government should be punctual in serving its purpose. That is why the APRM is complementing the government's efforts by introducing the targeted review on health governance and COVID-19 response.
The activities of every state institution, be it a ministry, department, or agency, should be seen as a national issue. That has been demonstrated. That brings me to why we are here. This whole issue about coming here has to do with good governance, as has already been mentioned by previous speakers. I want to use this forum to draw attention to the fact that we have three global challenges facing the world, the contemporary world. That is, or these are poverty, bad government, and violence. Whatever we do, these are the challenges we are grappling with. And in order for us to succeed, then every aspect of the state should be functional, which is why we say the state functions as like an organism. all of us are here. We may have certain evenings, but because they are not that active, that is why we are here. But even a toothache could have stopped me or any one of us to be absent. So the same thing applies to the states, not government. It is high time we started drawing the lines between the state and government. The loyalty, governments come and go, people keep saying, but the state is permanent.
In presenting the key highlights of the targeted review report, the National Program Manager Mohamed Alpha Kourma noted that Sierra Leone is the first to launch the targeted review, and the review is to monitor the key issues that will strengthen the health issues in the country.
From us, so that they can go and do theirs. So that's how Sierra Leone has been. Yeah, let's move so that we don't waste time. If you look at the COVID-19 response, really it has been a tragedy within, in the world, and this one has claimed millions of lives across the world, and it has also even affected the economy of different countries. And for Africa continent alone, the continent has accounted for over 52,000 deaths since the COVID-19. And a lot of policymakers have come together in order to bring out policies to see how they can be able to combat, the COVID-19 spread and its impact on our economy, on the lives of people. But the major objectives of why the targeted review was done in Sierra Leone, one is we want to identify what are the key issues in our health governance and even in our health governance in response to the COVID-19, and also we want to identify what are the key issues in order for us to strengthen our health system, to assess the...
For Star TV News in Freetown, I am Isabella Stanley.
In case you just tune in, you're still watching the national news here on Star Television Network on Channel 21 with me, Hassan Kourma. Mahmoud Kamara, commonly called Mr. Nice Guy, together with community stakeholders have commissioned a bridge project at Kaningo community that links 4 sub-communities as a way to ease in people's movements. George Elliott Sam again.
Mahmoud Kamara, commonly called Mr. Nice Guy, together with other community stakeholders, as on Sunday, 17th October 2021, commissioned a bridge project at the Kaningo community that will link 4 other sub-communities as a way to ease movement of its people. Mafore Mara, a stakeholder and also resident of the Kaningo community, said for too long they have been suffering for good road and also movement of people from one part of the community to another is a very big challenge for them. So they are very happy and thankful to Mahmoud Kamara for the initiative of linking the communities.
The challenge is that we don't get here with a strain. Where they receive in car, we know they able to go to markets. Sometimes they go around, go past Juba Road. But like the bridge where this man they bring cars, so Mr. Nice Man, we don't happy, we glad it. We all glad it today. We just left, we don't go church, we just scan today. Because a big help you don't bring car from this community. We they really suffer now. But like where God on church, I don't bring them car help there. We tell them thank you. They know they go school. Where see every rain come. Like last month, every day we in Canada, they begin and not go school because road no do. We not get inside, we send them across. Unless we put them, we carry them go to one end small. All we begin and we carry them. So now that's strain like.
Madam Fatmata Kamara, another stakeholder and a resident in the Kaningo community, also thanked Mahmoud Kamara, Mr. Nice Guy, for the initiative and also for his philanthropic gesture towards them, as their children were finding it very difficult whenever it rains to go to school. So with the initiative of creating a link between the community is a very big move for Mahmoud Kamara, Mr. Nice Guy, and thank God for his life.
One thing, when you want to win, hospital. So, when they get for possible, they wait to have a ship. I'm thinking like, tell telephone like, and not the hospital where they manage with Rade. Now they don't come pull up. Possible to Arab Monday. So with the strength water, we dey strain for hospital business. Then we pikin there, we dey go school, we dey strain for business. Some of pikin there, na make them dey drop here for school. Because pikin dey work I tell long. If you meet boss, you go long go. Mama go give am 5,000. And we dey strain, we dey suffer, my brother. Why this flood been take place now? You will not get an house.
Mahmoud Kamara, commonly called Mr. Nice Guy, in an interview said he saw the constraints of his people and giving back to the community is what he has always dreamt of. And doing this means he has fulfilled what he has been thinking of for a very long time. Creating the bridge is a very big move for him and also the community so that progress and prosperity will come to the community. He also called on other community stakeholders to take the project as their own and to make sure that the project be successful for the benefit of everyone.
I'm living in this community. On a daily basis, I'm seeing the constraints people are facing to access both communities. Almost on a daily basis, people involved in an accident to access both communities. And this is the main route that leads to the Taningo Market and 5 other communities. Lokotong, Magimbo, NIC, Amboga Hill, and all that. I'm the owner of the property. I'm the owner of the property, but I've decided to give it to the community so people will use it to access the other part of the end of the community. But that is not enough. We needed a bridge that will make life easy for people to access. The engineers we hired, they presented a BOQ of 75 million excluding labor cost. So far, we have 75 million in the BOQ excluding labor. They did not include labor because we are looking at it as a community project. Though we will have to give them other tokens during the working process, but so far the BOQ in terms of material and all that is 75 million euros. I am the one funding it 100%. Well, I want community people to see this project as their project. I want each and everyone within the community to come on board and ensure that we complete this project without hindrance. I'm looking forward to their completion. I'm asking each and everyone who has the upper hand. If God has blessed you, you must extend that blessing to those you are living with. Exactly what I'm doing now. If God has blessed me, I think it's the right thing for me to do to give back to the community. So those who have the upper hand, I'm kindly asking, there are other communities that are facing constraints, similar constraints like this. So if you are living in that community, you are seeing these constraints on a daily basis, I think it is necessary for you to step in and ensure that you salvage these constraints for people.
For Star News in Freetown, George Elliott Sam reporting.
Let's now turn our attention to the sporting world. Sierra Leone cricket male team has defeated Nigeria cricket national team for the first time in history in an international T20 cricket friendly in Nigeria. Hilton John, what is the latest in the cricket world?
As Sunday is the good news coming up there from Nigeria. The Sierra Leone Patriots team succeeded in a 6-wicket against Nigeria cricket team in an international friendly. This is part of the team's preparation for the ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers to be hosted in Kigali next month. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the Sierra Leone cricket team, Philip Amara, this is a good start for them. Here is the report by Isabella Stanley.
Debutant Edmund Ernest only drew from the off and created one run to equal the score after disgusting dot balls. The rise to equality served to maximize fear, keeping the alien army on the edge of their seats in the dugouts. The Sierra Leonean side had almost resigned to despair at the Unilag Oval when Captain Lansana Lamin displayed leadership. Like a soldier making his last try, the captain held firmly onto the bat and with all the confidence required. He hit the ball from a decisive run that brought the Yellow Greens of Nigeria to a loss in Tuesday's bilateral opener. At the very tense moment, CEO Philip Amara shrunk into fear from a corner in the dugout. The Patriots from the other end had lost major grip on hope, but coach Mustafa Kalon kept his guard, directing the actions from the front line whilst technical director Gabriel Anthony became the lifeline in the camp, reviewing tactics for victory. His words knew no loss and hay. It came to pass, we won by 1 run. Head coach for the Yellow Greens, Ansaka Gunsiga, could not believe the late swing on his side and had to express his dissatisfaction in the following terms. I am disappointed and the team is disappointed too, because to win a T20 game, every department has to bat, bowl and field. Our fielding did not play and our bowling wasn't up to the mark. When you do that, you can expect to win. To be honest, Sierra Leone played much more better. I knew it's going to be a very difficult game because the unknown is a difficult thing. The underdogs are the most difficult to deal with. We are going to regroup tonight to come back strong. As part of promise made, CEO Philip Amara offered the men's Patriots $100 for winning the opener. Miniru Parker won Man of the Match award and was given a plaque and $100. This is the first match the Sierra Leone national senior men's team has ever won in Nigeria against Nigeria. Day 2 of the bilateral series will continue on Wednesday at the Unilag Cricket Oval starting in the morning hours. For Star TV Sports in Freetown, I am Isabella Stanley.
So thanks to Isabella for that report. What a good start for the Sierra Leone Patriots team in Nigeria. We hope they'll continue with the winning mentality. Coming up on Friday in the ongoing Sierra Leone Premier League, All the Warden Football Club will be in attendance at the Circus TV Stadium. According to Kaloga Ba, who is the head coach of the team, despite they were unfortunate to win the past match, but they have corrected their mistake and they are sure of winning. On Saturday, Sierra Leone Police team, 4 games, no win, despite they have signed a new coach, will be coming up against the Cavaliers, FC Cologne. More of that will be coming up in our next news bulletin. I know that Hassan is supporting FC Cologne Football Club. So that's all for sports for today's news.
Many thanks to you, Hilton John, for that report. So, of course, I'm a fan of FC Cologne, the best team in the Sierra Leone Premier League. Well, this I want to say thanks for watching the Star National News. Until then, I've been your news anchor, Hassan Kuroma. Thanks for watching, and do stay with us for the very best.